Alright guys, welcome back to Armatis Reviews. Today I'm going to be doing an install video and kind of a quick review of the Sintercore R3 scope throw lever. It's universal. It fits with basically any scope ring that you'd probably come across. This is basically how it comes packaged. There's only one tie in this because I've already used one. It normally comes with two of the straps, and then it comes with the lever head. So the instructions are kind of right there. It's pretty basic, pretty easy to install. I'll kind of go through the instructions with you guys as I install it, just to kind of get a visual of how that works. So I'll probably be referencing it as I go through, so bear with me. So this is one of the straps. Oops. So yeah, this is one of the straps, and this is the lever. So the way that this goes, so we're going to go through step one. Slide lever on cable tie, and the orientation is shown below. So it'll be like this, and then we'll slide this over here so you can see same orientation, right? So then it says place a lever on top of the zooming ring. I won't be using a zoom because this is a fixed scope, but I'm putting this on the parallax adjustment, so that's a little bit easier to adjust. So it says put it on the zoom ring, usually halfway between min and max zoom, which is about 100 yards for me. So put it on, go ahead and start sliding this through a little bit just to kind of reduce the length I'm dealing with. And it says to put the head, which is the kind of the thick part in the strap here, opposite of the lever. You want the lever, I would assume most people would want it right in the top, with the middle, when it's at kind of the middle between your zoom or zoom settings. So about like that. Next step is hold lever and head of tie against scope, then insert tail into head and snug down. That's what I just did. And then we have remove entire part from scope for more tightening. So what I'm going to do first, this is still a little loose, so I'm going to tighten it down just a little bit more. That's pretty snug. I mean, I can still move it, but it basically only moves between these ridges right here on the scope ring. So it's pretty snug. So it says remove the entire part, so the entire thing from the scope, so you can do additional tightening. So I'm going to do that. It says carefully push tail. Carefully push tail 3 more clicks through ratcheting head, and carefully add 3 more clicks. 1, 2, 3. So let's try that and see if that works for me. I've installed this before, and 3 was a little too loose still, where the head would kind of move when I would put pressure on it, but we'll see how it works this time. I don't have any nails on my fingers, so it's kind of hard to get. I got to get it over these edges. I think that's good. Alright, so I'm sliding it up, finally kind of making my way up to the scope ring, or the parallax ring. Make sure that's on 100 still. So it takes a little bit of work to get it on there once you've tightened it down. Yeah, that feels great. I can easily go back and forth real quick. That seams, you push this up just a little more to kind of center it on the ring. And down here a little bit. That looks pretty good. So yeah, there's no wobble. When I first installed this the first time, I didn't tighten this down quite enough so I could move the head a little bit. It would still turn the ring, but I just haven't down tight enough to where it was snug, to where it would, you know, firmly grip the ring and turn it. So this time it did a lot better job. It was a little harder to get over the scope, which is understandable, but seemed to do it just fine. So now what the instructions call for is cutting off this excess. So I just have, you know, some wire cutters. I'm just gonna kind of cut. There's kind of a, it's hard to tell, there's kind of a like a little shelf under this that will kind of flush it up. So I'm just gonna cut this as close to the head as I can. Okay. So now, I mean, that's flush. That's not really, it's not sticking out. It's kind of in that little recess part right there, and it'll be at the bottom, so you're not gonna really have problems with it as long as you put it opposite of the lever. So I mean, so far, that's really nice. It's very low profile. The mounting tie, basically the strap on here, it's kind of like a souped up zip tie, really. I mean, to be honest, it's very, very high quality. It's made of nylons, high temp, and UV treated, so it's rated for high temperatures and you know, being out in the sun a lot. It has 140 pound tensile strength. It's low profile. I mean, that doesn't stick out hardly at all. This adds about ½ an inch, give or take a little bit, probably depending on the ring. So yeah, I mean, you can see it doesn't stick out very much. So it's nice. It doesn't interfere with my bolt when it's open at all. It doesn't get in the way. It comes, like I said, it comes with the 2 straps, so you can switch it if you upgrade your scope. You can put on another scope. Doesn't matter what the scope is. You have an extra strap to put that on, which is nice. I have an MK machining throw lever on my Sightron S3, and it's made for that scope. So if I change that scope, I had to get a new throw lever, which honestly would probably be one of these, just because of the simplicity and the cost. The cost right now on the website is about $25, which is pretty good considering you can you know, put it on 2 different scopes if you want, or you can remount it if you need to, you know, whatever. But yeah, you can switch it up, so that's really nice. So if I upgrade this, which I'm sure I will at one point, at some point, you know, this is a fairly inexpensive scope for long range shooting. I'm sure I'll be upgrading, so it'll be nice that I can switch the strap out and you know, mount it on there. The lever is made entirely of carbon fiber composite through laser sintering, which is why they have the name Sintercore. Sintering is kind of an interesting process. I'll probably post a little definition of that on the video. But yeah, pretty cool. It has a lifetime no questions asked warranty. Designed by a U.S. Marine Corps combat veteran. He served in a scout sniper unit. They give first responder, military, and veteran discounts if you buy through Sintercore. So Neil, the guy that owns Sintercore, he's, you know, I've talked to him a little bit about some things after I made these orders. He didn't ask me to do these reviews. I paid for these out of my own pocket. I am in no way associated with Sintercore or Neil, but I have been in discussion with him about a couple different things, and he seems like a really good, honest dude who seems to take care of, you know, military law enforcement and just the customer in general. So so far my experiences have been pretty great. Alright, so I grabbed my CZ455 tactical that I used for the 22 matches because on my Sightron S3 for this rifle I have the MK machining throw lever, scope lever on here, and I just want to kind of give a little comparison real quick. So this is a good scope lever. There are a couple of things about it that don't particularly like compared to the Sintercore R3. One, the scope lever is much larger. It's a lot wider than the R3. Where did my strap go? Here it is. So I mean, hopefully you guys can kind of see that. I mean, that's much thinner. It's about half the width of this one, right? And this seems to do just as well. The other thing is, yeah, this is constructed of basically a souped up zip tie and a little lever. But this, I don't know if you guys will be able to really tell. If you can't tell in the video, I'll try to take a close-up picture of it and put it in the video. But this is 3D printed, and so it's very rough. It just doesn't really look polished. You can see all the lines, like right there. You can kind of might be able to hear that. There's like an edge, like a burred edge kind of thing, and it sticks up way higher than the R3. Hopefully you guys can see it in the video. I mean, that sticks up probably like an inch off the scope, whereas the R3 is like half an inch. And I mean, this is fine and all, but I don't really need that much. You know, I can turn the other one just fine with how, you know, low profile it is. The big thing that kind of bugs me about this, just in general, is I was tightening this down, so there's a little screw right here that you use to tighten this down around the ring. I don't feel like I was tightening it that much, not nearly to the point where I thought it would break, and it did crack. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in the video, but right there, right on the tip, right there, right on the tip, right next to the flat point of that screwdriver, that flathead, is a crack, and that cracked from me tightening that. Now, obviously that was my fault. I tightened it too tight. I didn't think I was getting to the point where it would break, but it did. Whereas this, you're not breaking that, and it's not something that I really think you get to the point where you would break this or your scope. I just like how simple this is and how well it works. This is fine. It works. You know, it works. I use it in my match every month. It doesn't look super nice because it's very rough. It did crack, and it's just a lot bigger than I think it really needs to be, at least in my personal opinion. I'll see once I use the R3 from Sintercore a little bit more, like actually shooting. But I mean, just doing it in the house, just kind of messing with the scope in the house, it seems to be fine. So I just thought I'd throw that in there for a comparison so you guys can see. That's it for now. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I love talking to people in the community, finding out what they like, what they don't like, what they thought. If there's something you think I can do to improve the video, let me know. Every video I'm trying to make them better, higher quality. So If you like what I've been doing so far, hit the like button. It kind of motivates me to do more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.